I made a new part 1 to a new series yesterday, but I did include a couple of things. First off, put in the comments if you want me to continue What If Danzo Took Naruto. I made 4 parts to that, but I've never asked you if you want to continue it. And please like and subscribe if you're watching these. So, if you like it, I know you like these series, but if you don't like it, I can't really continue it, because, just one like, and I can continue it. Now, this is going to be part 1 if Naruto had 10 tails, and you're like, there's so much parts out there, why don't I just watch those? Because it's going to have a different twist on it. 10 tails is Kaguya, and Kaguya had 2 sons, so I feel like the 10 tails would act differently inside of Naruto. Even though she might not like the cage, you'll see. So this is, like I said, What If Naruto Had the 10 Tails Part 1. And yeah, remember just to like and comment if you want me to if you want me to continue this, comment if you want me to continue Danzo, What If Danzo, or not. Thank you. Okay, so we start off this episode with Naruto running away from 500 people. 250 are Jonin, and the other 250 are normal civilians. And Naruto... Wait, hold on. Let me get a picture of what Naruto would look like. So this is what Naruto looks like. And he has the six-pack there because he hunts for his own food. That's how. If they're shinobi, why don't they just hunt for their own food? I don't understand that, but, he hunts for his own food, he runs really fast. He exercises a lot as a child, because he has to run away. And is it six-pack, those pants, he doesn't have those little veins on the side of his face, but he does have everything else. The six-pack orbs and all of that. And, if he has that, then why don't they just block all the... Well, they do. But Naruto doesn't know what it is, so he keeps on running. So, if you want me to make more videos an hour long, also put that in the comments. If you want me to continue Danzo, and then if you want me to make these hour-longs, then I can do that. Or I can make a movie. Whatever you want. I even probably beat the 7-hour time in that one YouTuber. I'll put him in the description so I know what I'm talking about. But yeah. And then we have... He's still running. They try and doing jutsus, but the orb just makes shields. Because he doesn't want... the 10 tails doesn't want her host to die, or she dies and comes back 5 years later. So she doesn't want to be dead for 5 years. Wait, hold on. Let me try to find it. Yeah. And the 10 tails is kind of feeling bad. I know this picture doesn't really show it that well. It shows death and all that. But she kind of feels bad for Naruto. And Naruto's just crying the whole way. And these are Jonin. Naruto's faster than Jonin because of the 10 tails. But they all surround him eventually because he got put in a corner. The third Hokage doesn't even like Naruto. he only gives him a house and pays for it and gives him some money for food. And then, but Naruto just takes money, stores it away, and then goes hunts for his own food because it's better than eating cooked ramen packets. The the orbs behind his back. Oh wait, I forgot to say how he got the 10 tails. Hagoromo actually passed down his 10 tails to whoever was going to take his spot. Ashura took his spot, so he got the 10 tails. But the Sage 6 Path still has the orbs. And so he got the 10 tails now, so he's like the next Sage 6 Path. But then he's like, oh, there's too much power for one person. So then he put in a scroll, and he's like, Father, I don't think I'm going to take this. I think I'm going to give it down to people. And Hagoromo's okay with it because he knows his son isn't power hungry. And then, it goes down the Hokages. The fourth gets it. The Kushina gets it. Because she was in that village and she's the only one who had enough chakra to handle it. And it's not split in half. Like, he has the full. And so, Kushina had the full. And then Obito came, ripped it out of her, and Minato stuck in Naruto. Yeah, and then we go back. He's about to get beat up. And then he gets engulfed in the black orb. And they try breaking it, but it won't break. Like, Kakashi, my guy, I forget her name, Asuma, and Kurna. Those 4 people are the only people who like Naruto. Or see his pain and don't want to kill him. That's what I'm doing. Because those Jonin senseis I like. So I'm making them not hate Naruto. But everyone else does. So he's just engulfed in a black ball and he can't be hurt because no one has a strong enough jutsu. Only 8th gate, my guy, can break it. So they get bored after trying to do this for 3 hours. But what they didn't know is Naruto actually went in his mindscape. So, like, he's not even staying awake while he's in there. Naruto didn't put himself in his mindscape, the 10 tails did. And then he saw this ginormous cage with, like, chains. It looks pretty much like a prison cell. But even worse, like solitaire, like a vault door and all that. But there's little side things that she could see out of. And she's like, boy, what? Naruto. He's like, how do you know my name? And he's kind of crying. And he was like 6 when this is happening. Sorry for that. He was like 6, so he knows how to speak. And she, like, I am the reason they all hate you. Do you hate me too? And Naruto, being the kind person, he doesn't have, he has Ashura inside him. But even Ashura is getting taken over by by hatred for these people. We're going to say Ashura disappears if he becomes a hatred of chakra. where the Sage 6 Path says, oh, son, I'm going to take you. And that happened about 4 years ago. And Naruto still has the kind self. And he's like, no, I don't hate you. You have to feel the suffering and pain I do every day, so I don't hate you. And she's kind of surprised by this. So then she reverts to her Kaguya form. And you're like, oh, how can she do it? I'm going to say she can do it. And then she's like, you want to be friends? Now you're thinking, oh, she's just going to take over. No, this is her mother side kicking in. Not her evil, possessed side, her mother side. And, because mothers always want to protect their children. And this is her mother side. And so he shakes her hand, and then she's surprised that he has no fear of her. And then a slit opens on his eye, and then you see the, No, you don't. Never mind. No, you don't. And then she's, surprised, and so she's like, can you let me out? And Naruto's like, will you hurt me like that? She's like, no. I get you. And Naruto's like, but I don't know how. And she's like, that's fair. I don't know either. Even though she knows all jutsus. She doesn't know either because it's a special kind of seal. So he's like, I will figure it out so you can be set free. Believe it. That childish attitude. So he's happier now. He's smiling. She's happy to see this. How long have I been recording for? Sorry. 12 minutes. Wow. It felt like an hour. So then, he opens his eyes again, and the black ball is gone, and it's actually taking him home. He's getting death glares. And when he's home, he falls asleep, but Kaguya tells him to grab a piece of paper and pen, an ink pen. He does this, and then she's like, touch it with your hands. The ink pen and your pencil. And he does this. No, ink pen and paper, sorry. He does this, and then security seal is put on it. So he shoves that on his ground, so now no one can get in it. Or break in. Unless they have the blood of Naruto. Which no one has. Kaguya asks if it's okay to make her... No, he's technically already a Susuke. I'm gonna say he's a Susuke. Because she changed that a while ago. So then he goes to bed, and he's in his mindscape, and he asks, is there a way to line up the place? It's scary. A 6-year-old mindscape. She's like, I guess so. You just have to think it. And so Naruto makes the bars skinnier, and there'd be grass, not sewer water, and it'd be light sun. And he gives her her own house, so it's complete. Now, you might ask what the ship is. I'm going to let you set that down in the comments, too. Because I have one, but, put down in the comments if it's a good one. Kaguya. Okay, that's fine. But put down if you want any others. And people might be disgusted by that, but Kaguya's nice. sometimes. So, and then we skip 2 years of this just going around, him meeting with Kaguya, them being, him smiling, and he getting hunted down, but the orbs would always protect him. And actually, during these 2 years, she asked if he wanted to train in ninjutsu. Now, he doesn't have to do any hand signs at all. He has her inside him. He doesn't need to do any hand signs. And for the tailed beast, she's a tailed beast. He, once he gets that seal gone, can actually turn into the 10 tails if he wanted. It's like tailed beast mode. And, yeah. He now she only has to show him what the jutsu is, and he can copy it because he has the Renegon, and just copy it instantly. And she's teaching him because she knows all jutsus and everything, so she's just now teaching him about his Renegon abilities. She taught him about shadow clones. And so, this is going to be really OP. Because befriending the 10 tails makes you really OP. So, just write down in the comments whether you like this or not. Yeah, like it. Now, when he's 8, he is Jonin level. Already Jonin level. Jonin level ninja. No, let's say Chu. No. If you don't have to do any hand signs, your chocolate control is pretty on point. Yeah, low Jonin. Naruto's really smart too. Since he's really smart too, the teachers never answer on him. Because no one likes him, remember? Not even Aruka. Aruka doesn't like him. No one likes him. Like, no one at all. And so, he doesn't get called on. And nothing. And he has made no friends. Actually, he ran into Kakashi once. Kakashi was eating with the other Jonin senseis. He's a bit... No, he's the same, but he's kinda... He got over greeting of Rin a while ago, but he's still late. He doesn't want any more teammates because he's afraid he's gonna let them down. But he at least made friends with the Jonin senseis, other Jonin. And then he runs into Kakashi and Kurenai. He bumps in their table. And the outside door is right behind their table. And he's like, "Oh, sorry." And he kind of winces up because he thinks they're going to attack him. But they aren't. And, sorry, I'm going to eat something. But they aren't going to attack him. And then Kurenai's like, "Why are you wincing up?" And he says, "You're not going to attack me?" They're like, "No." And I'll say, "No, why would we do that?" And he's like, "Okay." he's still a bit nervous because they are still Jonins that beat him up. So he's a bit nervous, but he's like, okay. And then they ask, why would you think that? And he's like, all the other Jonins beat me, so I just figured you guys were the same. And Kakashi is like, I see. I see. So, and then Naruto just goes behind that door, he opens it up, and, Asuma is like, hey, why are you going outside? He's like, oh, I'm going to hunt for my food. It's healthier than eating ramen packets. And then Asuma's like, doesn't my father give you money? And he's like, yeah, but only enough for like 2 weeks. And then he waits until the end of the month. So I just save up the money. Don't tell your father that, though. He's like, oh. So Naruto's just saving up the money. So he can either, 1, buy ninja tools. No, he doesn't need ninja tools. 1, so he can buy a better house one day. 2, so maybe he can escape this village and become rogue shinobi. Or 3, he just wants to save it. He doesn't use it, so he just might want to save it. So he goes out and he hunts for food. He comes back with 50 bunnies and 1 deer. But they're on a storage seal. Because Kaguya told him about that. And they're still there because it doesn't take long for Naruto to find food. Kakashi's like, did you find anything? It looks like you're empty-handed. Naruto shows him a scroll. And Kakashi's like, how do you know about storage scrolls? You're really only Genin, and you're only 9. I was like, I have a teacher. Don't worry about it. Kakashi thinks about it for a second, then he has an idea. But, has an idea, and then Naruto walks away with 50 rabbits, 1 deer. And, Kakashi comes to the 3rd Hokage and say, isn't Naruto up for adoption? Yes. I'm gonna make him Kakashi's son. Kakashi is my favorite character. Don't tell the rest, but Kakashi is my favorite character. And, like, isn't Naruto in the orphanage, but you gave him his own house? And then the 3rd Hokage is like, yes, why? Where's his adoption papers? And then he pulls out a stack of papers, and he's like, yeah, why do you need it? He pulls out a pen, and then he rushes there, and he signs all of them. And he throws it down. There you go. Signed it. 3rd's like, why? He's a demon. Now, the 3rd's nice to... No, actually, I'm going to make the 3rd nice to him. Okay, thanks, Kakashi. He's not allowed to, like, take 500 people, so he acts... Oh... Yeah, so, no, I'm going to change my statement. If I said he's mean to Naruto, he's not. He's nice. He actually gives him food, money for a month, but he saves it because he wants to find his own food, healthier, and then all of that. But 3rd, and then he's surprised that Kakashi would sign it because everyone hates him, even the Jonins and all that. Sorry if you're hearing water running, I'm just thirsty. Actually, I don't want that. And so, Naruto is eating his food, and then someone knocks on his door. Naruto puts his hand on the he feels it's Kakashi from the person he saw at the thing. He recognizes chakra. And so Naruto says, "Open." As then he touches the seal and it opens. Kakashi's like, "Oh, hi Naruto. Can I eat with you?" Naruto's like, "Yeah." Because he wants to be nice still, you know. And then Kakashi's like, "Oh, while we're eating," because they're chowing down on some rabbit right now. While we're eating, here you go. He throws down a couple pieces of paper. And then Naruto, like, "What are these?" So he opens them, and then he sees adoption papers. And he sees Naruto Uzumaki will be adopted by Kakashi Hatake of the Hatake clan. Naruto has a ginormous smile on his face. And then Kakashi's like, "Oh, how'd you cook this so good?" And he's like, he pulls out some paprika. No, he doesn't. He pulls out some spices, and he pulls out a clover leaf. And he's like, "Oh, that's how you did it. I might have to keep that in mind." And Naruto's like, "So, I'm technically your adopted son?" Kakashi's like, "Yep. Come on." As Naruto asks, "Can we finish our food first?" As Kakashi's like, "Sure, why not?" And they eat. Naruto brings out the deer and says, "In case you're hungry, there you go." As Kakashi takes a bite out of one, takes a bite out of the leg, and he's like, "Wow." Not the leg. Oh, I'm making this too weird. There's deer meat, right? Oh, just forget what I said about the deer. Okay, so I don't know if they eat deer. Oh no. Don't get me demonetized, YouTube. And so Naruto's happy. They got to eat some rabbit. As doing content, they actually eat rabbit some places. And so he's walking home, and Kakashi's like, "Oh, I gotta pick up a few things." Imagine Naruto, but hold on, I'll find a picture. Give me a second. Okay, so it's 28 minutes. I'm gonna make this an hour. Sorry if I have to drink and eat all that. Sorry. So Naruto asks Kaguya if he can make his skin normal looking. So Kakashi comes out and his skin looks normal. He's like, "What happened to your white skin?" And then I was like, "Oh, yeah, I've just I don't know." And Kakashi's like, "Okay." And he puts his he asked him to put on these clothes. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Sorry, I messed that up. Naruto still looks like this. All that. Kakashi asks, "How do you get a cool cape like that? I thought you couldn't buy anything." He's like, I just came with it. Came with the... I found it on my bed once and I've been keeping it on. And he's like, okay. And so, Kakashi, they're walking to Kakashi's place. Kakashi gets a room for him and all that. Kakashi actually likes Naruto. He doesn't like seeing him in pain. I can't make this an hour. My throat's hurting too much. Hope you liked the video. This will be out as soon as possible. I know I made one yesterday, but try to keep up with it.